And now, returning for day 2, please help me give a warm welcome to Executive Director of Walter Kaitz Foundation, Michelle Ray.
Thank you so much, Dana, for the introduction, and of course, for being our host extraordinaire for this year's forum. As Dana has so efficiently and succinctly recapped yesterday's program, I just want to add to all of you how powerful and impactful it has been to watch the forum come to life. If you joined us yesterday, you would have known that one of the common threads that has permeated throughout all of the discussions has been that people want to tell their own stories in their own authentic voices and from their own perspectives. People want to see themselves and they want to be themselves, who they really are, and not just being portrayed historically in books or on television and in film. So what does it really mean to be ourselves? From my perspective, it is important that we show up in a way where we don't have to choose one group, one race, or any singular identifier to represent who we are or what kinds of stories are ours to tell. The conversations that are happening at this event are powerful, and they are the types of exchanges, thoughts, ideas, and experiences that will shape and shift our understanding of humanity, diversity, inclusion, identity, gender, race, and on and on and on. So far, the concept of intersectionality has come up in almost every conversation. The way that people see themselves is also changing. The awareness that no one person, no one community, ethnic group, or region of the world is a monolith. It demands that we look at each other differently as well. And the value of seeing each other differently is that it prompts us to be curious about other people so that we ask our questions before we draw conclusions. It removes the burden and weight of First Nation, Indigenous people, Black, Asian, Latinx persons with disabilities, the LGBTQ plus community, to prove that we all belong and that we deserve to occupy a space in the world. When I think about the work of the Walter Kaitz Foundation, I know that advocating for diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging is about creating opportunities and spaces for people who not only work in this industry, but who also want to be a part of it. What is becoming increasingly apparent is that the real work and the heaviest lift of creating diversity is that we must open our minds, and if I may be so bold, even our hearts, before we can fully open the doors of opportunity in a way that welcomes people of all backgrounds into an industry where they desire to be, and even more so where they are insisting to be, so that they can show up as who they really are in their real whole and complex selves. After we close out this iteration of the forum this evening, let's be sure to keep talking, to keep advocating for ourselves and for each other, and to create an even greater impact around the globe by being an industry where people can see themselves, hear their stories, and feel genuinely included and represented. We cannot do this work alone, and we look forward to your continued support of our efforts to advance this work. So, and speaking of support, I would be remiss if I did not recognize Charter Communications as the presenting sponsor of the 2021 Hollywood Creative Forum. Along with them, I'd also like to recognize the generous support of Comcast, NBC Universal, as well as A&E Networks, Cox, and ESPN. And if I can add my appreciation to the generous contributions of the Africa Channel, our friends at Aspire TV, Disney Entertainment, and Warner Media. In addition to all of those folks, we have our partners whose creativity and energy has made it all possible. And we have a whole list of those folks who have helped us as well.
We all have a story to tell. Beautiful, complex, fascinating stories. Told through a lens of varying shades and experiences. That's the power of art imitating life. It cannot be defined or confined to one space. So let your creativity soar. Fill the page, press record, and dare to captivate the masses with your authentic voice. We all have a story to tell. What's yours?